Just on the computer. All right. So we're going to use a block today if you have one. If you don't have one, you can always use a pillow, maybe a book. The reason I want to do it is when we stand today, we're going to play with some balance today, standing, and a block would be super helpful. I'm really into this whole idea of how can we find balance in our bodies and how can we stay safe in our everyday life, right? We take our yoga off the mat. Good morning, Ginny. We're going to use a block today. So if you have one, please have one handy.
I'm ready.
I'm going to good morning. And then I'm just going to mute everybody. We'll get started on our Wednesday yoga practice. Good morning, everyone. So let's get settled on our chair. And I want to do this today. So the idea I know it's a little different in Florida. You don't really come into that cold winter part. But as we start to move into this a little bit more of winter here in the Northeast where I am, let's do this. I want you to let yourself close your eyes if it feels comfortable. And I want you to think about, I know it's going to sound a little crazy, but I want you to start to think about all the things that you have to do. I want you to think about, right, we're coming into holidays for everyone. It doesn't matter what holiday you celebrate. There's New Year coming up. There's a lot of that going on. I want you to think about your day ahead. Maybe you have to do some shopping. Maybe you have to do some baking. I want you to think about all the extraneous stuff going on in your world. Think about it. And then notice if it brings any tension up in your chest. You might be noticing it. And there's a reason why we're doing this right now, believe me. I know it's hard because you're like, oh my gosh, I don't want to think about all the things I have to do. Yes, for a moment, we're going to think about it. So we're thinking about all the things we have to do. We have to get done today. Maybe we have to go to work after this or there's someone expecting us. So have that awareness externally. And then I want you to take a big, deep inhale. And as you exhale, I want you to start to bring yourself into the room where you are now, right where you are. We're all in a specific room in our homes. So I want you to start to then notice the room around you with your ears, not with your eyes, but with your ears. Notice the room around you. Maybe you notice some sounds. Maybe you can, where you are, you can hear some birds. What are you noticing around you? And then with your sense of awareness, I want you to draw a little closer to yourself, maybe about 12 feet off your body. Start to notice yourself now. We're getting closer to ourselves. Now start to draw awareness to your breathing. Start to notice the breath moving in and out of your body. Let's solely focus on your breath. Now bring your awareness a little closer to your body, maybe 12 inches away from your body. That's not very far. So notice your whole area around your body, about 12 inches. Notice your breath as you're doing this. Notice the rhythm of your breathing. Now draw all your awareness to your feet. Notice your feet now. Let your hands rest wherever they are. Bring awareness to all your toes, both feet. Wiggle your toes. Draw your awareness to the balls of your feet. Wiggle your toes again, noticing the balls of your feet. Noticing the soles of your feet. Noticing your heels. And now I want you to just let your awareness rest on your feet. Take a big, deep inhale. All awareness to your feet. Let your feet feel supported on the floor. Maybe they're on a block. What are you noticing underneath your feet? Soul focus, feet on the floor. Only your feet, only awareness of your breath moving in and out of your body. And then start to notice your knees. Bring your awareness to your hamstrings, the way they're supported by your chair. Notice your glute muscles and see if you can feel your sitting bones. Your body, we're coming in now close to bring our awareness to our body. Notice your belly. How's your belly this morning? Have you eaten yet? Did you eat early? Just kind of notice your awareness of your belly. Notice if there's a softness. You might even notice a little noise there. And then draw your awareness to the center of your chest. Maybe you notice there's a rhythm of your breathing moving in and out a little bit. Maybe you notice a little expansion of your breath, ribs, the way they're moving. Draw your awareness to your shoulder blades. Notice your shoulder blades. Do they feel like they're a little bit up? On your next exhale, soften your shoulder blades down a little bit. You might feel that sensation away from your ears. Draw your awareness to your jaw. I want you to notice, is there tension in your jaw right behind your ears? Just notice that. And then I want you to open your and close your mouth. Big open, and then maybe smiling, and then kind of moving your jaw side to side. Kind of hard for me to say that while I'm doing it. And then bring your awareness up to your eyes. Your eyes are closed, but I want you to open your eyes wide with them closed. You know what I mean? Like, just let your eyebrows get wide. Take a deep inhale. Exhale. Let your face soften. Soften it, soften it, soften it. Draw your awareness to the top of your head. There's that space above your head, about an inch or two, and then it becomes super expansive, where space is holding you in itself. Just as the floor is holding you, as above, so below. Bring awareness to the crown of your head. Take a big, deep inhale. Exhale all the way down your body. Feel yourself sitting on your chair. Notice your body. Notice the way you're feeling now, as opposed to when we started about 5 minutes ago. Let's set intention for practice today that we will be kind to ourselves as we practice, that we'll have some fun around our balancing practice we'll do when we come to standing today. We'll allow ourselves to be here in this space with one another as we set intention that we're connected in this way of technology. And the support that is given to us unconditionally here in this group, with that beautiful, authentic connection and inclusiveness. And now let's start moving. So with your hands wherever they are, eyes are still closed. Let your arms go out to the side. You know what this feels like with your eyes closed. Arms start to lift up. Palms come together at the top. Turn your palms, back of your hands touch. Let your arms come down nice and easy. We're going to just do that 2 more times. Lift up, your eyes are closed. Just feel the sensation of your body as you're lifting your arms. Palms come together. Then just turn your hands easy. Backs of your hands touch. Palms come down, arms come down. We're going to do that again. Keep your eyes closed. Just stay in the awareness of your body moving with your eyes closed. You're safe on your chair. Palms come together. Turn your palms, back of your hands come together. Bring your arms down now. Arms come down. And then roll your shoulders. Let your head look towards your lap. Start to blink your eyes open. Notice the color of the pants that you have on today, or shorts, whatever you have on. Just notice the color of them. Let your eyes really take in the color of whatever you're wearing. And then looking past your legs, notice if you have a rug underneath you while you're moving your shoulders. Yep, we're still moving our shoulders. Notice if you can see the rug. Just stay with the awareness of the rug or the mat or whatever color is on your floor. And then let's go in the opposite direction with your shoulders. Let your gaze start to come up towards front, and you can start to look towards screen. Now my shoulders are moving from back to forward. I don't know which way yours are going, but it's okay, whatever way they are. Excellent. Let's take the arms out to cactus now. Take your arms back and then bring your fingers in to make fists. Then bring your elbows together and really keep those fisting. You're really have a tenseness there, and then release them as they go out to the side. We're going to bring the fingers down. We'll make fists. We'll bring the elbows together, and I want you to really make fists so you can feel your biceps, and then release as you go out to the side. When they come out to the side, again, let's make fists, squeezing there. Bring your arms together, elbows together, and then releasing your hands. Let them go out to the side. Beautiful. We'll do this again. Bring and make fists, squeeze together, bring your elbows to touch. Excellent. Release your hands, let them go out to the side. Lift your arms all the way up, interlace your fingers, turn your palms away, press away, and then just side to side movement here. Yep, just a little side to side. Now, if it's too much with your fingers interlaced, you know you can release them. You can even take your hands down this way, grabbing his opposite elbows, just kind of checking in how you're feeling. What do you need today for yourself? And wherever you are, then pause, let your arms come down. Take that big breath, shake it out. All right, I'm gonna move back. So we're going to, if you jumped on a little late, I want you to have a block handy because we're gonna need it when we come to standing in a little bit. Well, that doesn't work for that screen. It's like you'll be looking at the floor and not me. There you go. All right. All right, everyone. So let's start to do some movement. Let's get the feet moving, legs moving. Let's start to get some energy. We've been doing a little bit more of this energetic practice, right? The holidays are coming for everyone. We've got a lot going on. People are still recovering from the storm in Florida. We've got a lot going on in our lives. So now as you're tapping your toes, the balls of your feet start to move your arms. Yep, and just notice how that's feeling. Yep, we're just noticing that. Excellent. And then shake it out through your feet. And then just nice and easy, do some movements side to side. Yeah, you might touch your chair. It's fine. Beautiful. And then coming to center, I want you to take the left hand to right knee, and we're going to back and forth. Now, if you want, you can make these big movements with your arms. We're going to start to get the body pumping, moving, circulation happening. Or you know what, you might be like this. So check out if you want that bigger movement, or you're like, you know what, this is where I'm at this morning. Excellent. Whatever that feels like for you. Just let's see if we can get some movement happening, circulation starting. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Beautiful. Next time that you come over to the right, draw that right knee in, hug your knee in, sit up nice and tall. Press your heel in, lift up, press your heel, lift your toes. Beautiful. And then we're going to do a little movement here. Knee is in wherever it is, and then we're going to take the knee out to the side, arms going to come out. And then back and in and out. Back and in and come out. Now, if you wanted to create a little bit more core intensity here for yourself, you could lean back while you do this, but keep your spine nice and long. I'm leaning back, but my spine is nice and long. I'm not kind of this way. I'm sitting up tall. Excellent. We'll do about 3 more of these. There's 1, 2, 3, and then hug that knee in again. Beautiful. Let that ankle roll, point and flex your toes. And then let that foot come down, shake it out a little bit. Beautiful. All right, let's take it to the left side, hug it in. Maybe on this side, your knee's right here. It's fine, it doesn't matter, because we can still do this movement we're going to do. We're going to take the knee out to the side and hand in. Out to the side, hand in. Again, if you wanted to lean back, you can even release your hands and move both hands on this side. Check it out. See how this feels. If you're leaning back a little, you're just getting awareness into core slightly, or you're sitting up nice and tall and you're holding on. Where is it for you in your body, right? Let's do 3 more. So there's our 1, our 2, and our 3, and then come in and hug. Just let it be where it is. You might be all the way right here. That's great. You might be here. Where are you in your body? Remember, this is our practice that we're doing together. Excellent. And then bring your foot down. Shake it out a little bit. And then let's take the hands behind. Walk the feet out, then let the feet come out, toes up towards the ceiling. We did this the other day and I was showing you because we want to press those heels, and toes are starting to, they want to come back towards us. Now, that's a lot. You're going to feel this in your hamstring, but let's just take that pressing away. Beautiful. I'm leaning back. Now, let's engage the shoulder blades here. So I'm leaning back on my chair. I'm going to draw my shoulder blades together. You can see as I do that, it lifts my sternum automatically. And then looking up slight, press your heels, your legs are super active. Take your chin down towards your chest. Beautiful. Lift up again, look up slight. Don't hyperextend through the neck. And then on your exhale, bring it down. Beautiful. Walk your feet in. Press up, come up, sit up, and notice how you're feeling in your spine, the length of your spine. Just notice how that's feeling. Big deep breath. Excuse me, midway through class here, I want to pop in with a breath of joy that's going to get us even more energized. Now, if you've never done the breath of joy, if we haven't done it together before, it's pretty simple, but I will warn this: if you feel lightheaded the first time you do it, please don't do it again. Okay? So I'll do it one time, or you could do it with me if you already know how to do it. It's a 3-part inhale and then a big exhale. I want your feet to be comfortable. This is how it looks. We're going to inhale, 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 and then exhale and shake it out. Okay? So if you did that one and you got a little lightheaded, please don't do it anymore. I just want you to be aware of it because it's a big inhale because you're holding. Inhale, 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 and then big exhale, okay? Let's do 2 or 3 more. If you're with me, inhale, 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 and whoosh, exhale. Let it go with a big sigh. It's going to help release some tension. All right, 1 more or 2 more times. Inhale, 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 and then whoosh, exhale it out. Let's pause before we do the next one. Check in with yourself. If you're feeling dizzy, I want you to stop and you can just pause. We'll do 1 more. Inhale, 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 and exhale, and then shake it out. And then let's take that pause for a second. Notice how you're feeling. Check in. Be kind. Beautiful. All right, so now we're going to start using our brain on opposite side. We do this sometimes, so we're going to do it today. You've got options with your legs. You can just raise the knee or you can let the leg be out this way. Right, so we're going to raise left and right leg and back and forth and back and forth. Did you notice I paused? Because I had to think about it too. Now, if legs outstretched is too much, you could just raise the knees. Right, this is more of that idea of marching, kind of checking it out, how it's feeling, or your legs are out long. Again, what's your practice saying to you today? What's your practice saying? Beautiful. Let's do 2 more. 1, 2. And then come on and sit up. Take a little notice of how you're feeling. How's your heart rate? Let's take a breath. Take your feet, start to walk them out to the sides, heel toe your feet, toes maybe pointing outward. Get yourself situated on your chair so you feel safe. Press in, sit up tall. Arms out to the side, lift all the way up, lengthen, reach, come forward, let your hands come all the way down. Lift up, lengthen, arms come to cactus. Beautiful, lift up, lengthen. Come down, hands come down. They go between, lift up, come down to cactus, lift up, come down, lift up. Now this time you're going to exhale, come into a twist, hands come to the right knee. Lift up, lengthen, come down and come forward. As you come back, cactus, twist left, hands down to the left. Come back to center, lift up, come down, come back up, twist, hands come down to the right, wherever they go, it's fine. Lift up, lengthen up, come down, lift up, twist left, now you got it, hands come down. Let's do 1 more on each side. Lift up, come down, lift up, twist right, hands come down. Lift up, come down, lift up, cactus arms left, hands come down. Let's pause here. Check in with your heart rate, check in with your body. How are you feeling? And then from here, let's just twist over towards the right. Take your hands with you and we'll just twist to the right. Left hand comes to left hip, right hand comes to right hip, sit up tall, lean forward. Slide your hands down towards your knees and then take your forearms to your knees. Gaze towards the floor. Here we'll take a fold, whatever feels comfortable for you. by reminding yourself if you have untreated high blood pressure, vertigo, eye pressure projects, you're going to stay here, not letting your head come below your heart. If none of those are projects for you, on your next exhale, let your body come all the way down as far as feels comfortable. I'm going to stay right here because I like this one for myself. And I'm just going to pause. I want you to start to pause. I want you to take a little inventory while you're here in your fold. Let it be a place of where we just pause and notice. What's the temperature of your body that you're feeling now? Are you warm? Are your fingers warm? Are your toes warm? Checking in. And then we're going to all come up to this place of forearms on your knees. So if you're on the floor, come up easy because we're going to do a little bit of a twist here. So I'm leaning over now, and then I want you to take your right hand over to this right knee of yours, and then start to put that weight onto your left forearm and start to turn and take that right shoulder back as much as you can. Palm on your left hand lifts up. That's creating that external rotation in the shoulder. So we want to have that. Noticing this right shoulder, letting it come back as far as you can. If you want, take your right hands and then draw it around, maybe just to your sacrum, or if you have that mobility in your shoulder, maybe your left hand is coming all the way around here to your left hip. Breathe in. Notice how that's feeling. Let's release it now. Come back around wherever your hand is. Take your right forearm to your right leg and then start to lift that left hand up to the left knee. We're returning nice and slow, letting that left shoulder move back as far as feels comfortable for you. My right palm is facing up. It's creating a nice external rotation in the shoulder. That shoulder, left shoulder goes back as far as you can, the hand coming to where it will. On this side, what do you notice? On this side, my hand is just on my low back. The other side, I have more flexibility and mobility, and I can get my hand around farther. What about you? Go where your body says it's okay to go. Don't push past. Take 2 more breaths here. And then nice and easy, take your left hand down to your left knee. Lift up with the right, take your right hand to your right knee. Pause for a second, look towards the floor. Big inhale, big exhale. And then start to press up, coming back up, starting to move your feet together, and then just pausing and tapping out for a moment and kind of noticing how you're feeling. So we didn't do a lot with hips here when we were doing some of that movement before this way. So now I want to just get a little bit more movement going into the hip joint. So bring your left knee in and just roll out through your ankle a little bit. And then let's start to let that left knee start to move. Now, if you feel more comfortable sliding over to the left side, that's great. Go ahead and do it. It's not necessary. You can always just sit this way and kind of let the knee go out. So I want you to check out what's it working for you in this way? How does it feel for you? And remembering that as you're sitting up, right, there's more length in the spine. Maybe you're holding on with the knee. Maybe you're even leaning back a little bit. Again, we're working the core here a lot while we're doing this, and then take the knee in the opposite direction. And you know what? Maybe for you today, this slow, easy movement of holding on and supporting yourself is exactly where you need to be. We need to check in about that support for ourselves. Beautiful. And then let that knee come forward, let it go out, let the leg go out. Move the right knee over slightly to make space for your amazing body to come down. We'll sit up, press that left heel away. And yes, I'm pressing and the toes are coming towards me slightly. I can feel that in my calf muscle more on this side. And then nice and slow, move down. You'll start to feel that possibly in your hamstring. It depends on your level of flexibility and your specific body. You might be able to lay your whole body down and not feel any sensation in your hamstring. That's perfect. This is me. This is where I am in this pose. So just notice it for yourself. Lots going on in the back of the knee, the calf, and the hamstring. Draw your awareness to your toes. See if you can bring them towards you a little bit more. You might notice that in your hamstring and your calf. Okay, we're going to lift up now, crossing up, come on up, and then let's just hug the left knee in, roll out through the ankle. And take the leg down and kind of notice how it feels as opposed to right. It might feel a little bit more weight. All right, let's take that to the right side now. So you want to start your circles. Maybe they're big all of a sudden. You're just going to make them fast and big. Just want to get that joint moving in the circular motion. Again, lots of options. You can lean back and do it. Find your comfort here. I'm guiding it, but what is your practice? What does your body say? Remember, there's no perfection in our yoga practice. It's practicing together in a sense of community and letting our practice evolve out of our bodies. Make sure you move your knee in the opposite direction now. Beautiful. And then let that leg come out, move it around to the front. Notice how your upper leg is feeling. Move your left knee over just to make space. I always want to make space for my body when I'm doing a pose coming forward. Sitting up tall, we come forward. Go to that edge of sensation that you either feel in your calf or your hamstring. Again, on this side, you might notice that you can move all the way down, but you want to be mindful of any of your untreated high blood pressure or any of those projects you have. You don't want to let the heart come below, your head come below your heart. And then let's just pause here. And then bring awareness to your toes. See if you can bring them back a little bit more. Don't pull on them. That's not a thing. We just want to see if we can bring them back a little bit more. When I do that, I definitely feel it more in my calf. And then it goes right up the back of my knee to my hamstring. Sometimes it's nice to hold a stretch because then the muscle has an opportunity to soften. So let's take a big deep inhale, exhale, and then start to move up. Hands come up to your hips, draw that foot in and tap it out. Beautiful. Before we come up to standing, I want to do a little bit of just finding our seated Tadasana, or Tadasana just meaning mountain pose, mountain in Sanskrit, and we'll find our pose. So get yourself sitting. Notice your shoulders right off the bat. Where are they? Have they inched up like this? Draw them back and down. Press into your heels, lift your toes, activate your low body. On your next exhale, soften that and then let your hands rest where they will. Maybe your palms come down and they're facing forward. Take a little inventory of how you're feeling halfway through class. Excellent. Take 2 more breaths here. Beautiful. All right, we're going to play around with our balance right as soon as we start to come to standing. So if you need a lot more support for this, you might want to have maybe move your chair to the wall. It's not going to be anything a lot, but if you know that you have trouble standing up from this position, I want you to just have something next to you. Because what we're going to do is we're going to let ourselves come up, hands on your thighs, pressing into your feet. Yep, it's just a regular stand up. But when we stand up, I want you to immediately move your right foot forward. Bring it back and come sit down. Yes, you're going to have to find your chair. We're going to do this nice and slow. This is about finding balance. It's a little something different. We haven't done this before. You know me, I'm always studying and doing things. But this idea is at home, how are you coming up? So you're going to come up to standing, move that left foot forward, step it back, find your chair, come back down. Okay, we're going to do this a couple times. And what you're starting to notice is, do you trust that your hands are on the chair? Can you trust yourself when you stand up? This is all about learning trust and stability and balance. Okay, coming up, right foot comes forward, left heel lifts, step back, know your chair is there, start to come down, grab your chair, come back. Excellent. We're going to stand up, left foot forward, right heel lifts, step back, know your chair's back there, grab your chair before you sit down, come back down. We'll do it 2 more times. Lift up, come up, right foot forward, left heel lifts, step back, know your chair is back there, find it before you come to sitting. Beautiful. Lift up, left foot forward, step back, find your seat, come back down. We're gonna do it one more time. Stand up, right foot forward, left heel lifts, come back, find your chair, make sure it's there, sit down. One more time, up, left foot forward, right heel lifts, step back, chair, come down and tap it out for a second. Just notice how you're feeling. That was a lot. What we're doing there is really just as if you're sitting and the doorbell rings or somebody comes to the door or something happens. You want to know, oh, I can get up and I can move quickly, right? Or I could come back and I could sit down. So now go ahead and come on and stand up. We're going to have some, this is what happens when I start doing more studying online, you know that, right? But I think we all reap the benefits. I will say that. All right, let's shake it out when we come to standing. Shake it out a little bit, and then let's just do a little movement side to side. You know the idea. If you need your chair to hold on to, it's right here. You know it's there. Moving your body back and forth. Beautiful. All right, shake it out a little bit. So I wanted to do some core work today, standing. You're like, wait a minute. But yes, that's what we're going to do. Okay, we're going to do some core work standing. So I'm going to give some options here. We're going to do this nice and easy with some stability. If you know that you need your chair to have your hands up like this, make sure you have your chair hand nearby. But first, we're going to get super stable in our feet. I'm going to look down, make sure they're as stable as they feel for you. Maybe your feet need to be a little wider for you to feel more stability in your hips. Lift the left heel, bring it down. Lift the right heel, bring it down. Does that feel safe and stable? If it does, great. If you can take both arms up, that's fantastic. The idea here is we're not moving the hips. The upper torso is just going to twist. It's not going to twist a lot because we're staying super stable here. You can notice, I'm just going to move forward a little bit just because of that window. So I'm not moving through my low body. I'm just twisting in the upper body. Okay, if you need your chair, you're just doing it with one arm. I'm not moving my hips, I'm moving my upper torso. What we're doing here is getting into the side muscles, Okay, we're going to do two more on each side. So there's one, two. Hands come down. Let's stretch up through that left arm, lean over right side. Beautiful. Come on up. Now, if you know you need your chair, you will have it in front of you, right? Lift up right arm and lean over to the left. Beautiful. And come down, release that arm, shake it out a little bit. Okay, so now we're going to do a little bit of different movement here where we're going to do the oblique muscles here, if you will. We've done this seated, now we're going to do it standing, and you're going to do it as much movement as you can or easeful. Take your elbow and your left arm up, and we're going to stay standing. We're not going to fold down. It's going to be elbow to left knee, right knee, sorry, left elbow to right knee, just like this. Now, if this isn't working, you could be doing this, okay? Just like this. What we're doing is we're working on these oblique muscles right here. If you can get the elbow up, but I'm not scrunching down here, not at all. But we're getting into core standing. All right, let's do two more. If you're wherever you are, there was one and two. Shake it out. Just notice how you're feeling. Maybe that standing leg needs a little bit more movement. All right, I'm going to move over to the opposite side now. So you kind of know where we're headed. I want you to feel stable. Get yourself stable. That elbow comes out or you're using your hand. This is all depending on what's going on in your hip. And you're going to bring the right elbow to left knee. There you go. Just like this. just like that, or you're like this. Where are you for your body? I want you to find what's working for you. I have all that stability in my right leg right now. Right leg is super stable. Beautiful. Let's do 2 more. 1, 2. Release, shake it out. And then take your feet a little wider and then just shift your hips side to side. Side to side. Excellent. And then let's take a walk down into our downward dog. It's going to feel nice to just do a little stretching out before we come back and do some more balancing. So press it as you're walking back. You're kind of doing that thing with your feet where you're lifting up and you're pedaling back and forth, lengthening through the leg, bending one knee and the other. And then when you are ready, sending your hips towards the back, this lengthening through your fingers. You're not letting your head come below your heart. Looking down at your feet, and then go ahead again and pedal. If you're back as far as feels comfortable for you, go ahead and pedal again. Might feel really nice in the hips. And then pausing here, I'm going to give an option. If you know that you can take your left hand down towards your left knee, great. If you know you could stand and take your right hand down to your right knee, great. There can be multiple ways to do this. You can have deep bend in your knees. Hands can be on your knees. Your hand can be on your chair. I want you to feel comfortable here. This is a standing fold. And just pause. If you have both hands on your knees, put them back up onto your chair. Straighten out through your legs best you can. Hips go to the back. Let's step up, come all the way back up to standing. Shake it out a little bit, and let's find our standing mountain pose. Check in with your heart rate. That can be a lot, so just notice how you're feeling. Let's get our feet stable. Beautiful. We're going to do another thing where we're doing a balancing now, where we're going to do, and I want you to have your chair because you might need it, you might not, but it's really nice to have it there. This is what this is going to look like. Kind of what we did with the chair seated, but we won't have the chair behind us. I want you to come down with your knees bent. This is the way it's going to look from the side. All right, we're going to come down. This is more of a squat, if you will. If you need your hands on your chair, put it there. And then coming to stand up, right foot comes forward, left heel lifts, step back, squat down. Beautiful. Come on up, step forward. If you need your chair, it's right there. Lift that right heel, and step back, squat down. Beautiful. Come to standing. Right foot forward, left heel lifts. You can notice that this can be really shaky, right? So that's what we're doing. We're playing around with our balance. Squatting, coming up, left foot forward, right heel lifts. Step back, squat down. If you need your chair, it's right there. Fantastic support. Step up, left heel lifts, right foot comes back, come down. Excellent. Coming up, left foot forward, right heel lifts, step back. And then if you're challenging yourself here because you have a lot of balance or you're just challenging yourself, your knees are bent, right? I'm just like this. And then I'm going to stand up. That right foot comes forward, left heel lifts. Pause there for a moment. Notice how the stability of the right foot feels, but the left heel is lifted, so it's a little off kilter sometimes with balance. Now stepping back, pause, bend. We're going to hold on this side too. Coming up, left foot, pause, right heel's lifted. Notice how this balance feels. If you need that chair, it's right there. And then stepping back. And then let's shake out our legs and do a little movement. Yeah, we're doing a lot of balancing today. A lot of balancing. This is how we take our yoga off the mat and into our lives. Okay, so if you have your block, this is another balancing. I want you to have a chair handy if you have it. You're going to take that block in between your feet. It's on, I know these don't have settings on them because they're not technological, but you're just going to have it flat like this for now. We're going to do it in 3 different ways, but this is the first one, just flat like this, in between your feet. We're going to get super stable in the left leg. Hands near your chair if you need it. Bring all your awareness to your left leg and kind of lean over to that. This is where the balance challenge comes in. This might be easy for some of you. Lift your right foot, bring your right toe, bring it back and down. Lift up, right toe, bring it back and down. Lift up, come down. I know this might be easy for some of you, and some of you might feel challenged. All the weights on the left leg. Bring it down, bring it up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, and up, and pause there for a moment. Just the ball of my foot is on that block. Take a breath. Notice how you're feeling. How's the shakiness? Are you feeling real stable? How's your balance? This is about checking in with your own balance. And then releasing that and shaking your legs out. All right, so now we're going to do it to this side. I'm going to turn just so you can kind of see, and I'll just drop that camera down so you can kind of see my feet here. Before we come in, we want to get nice and steady on this right leg, right? Right leg steady. All the weight in that right leg. I'm going to have my chair near me because this is a different side. It might feel different. I'm just going to stay steady, right leg, left toe, come down, left toe, come down. Notice on this side, it might feel a little more shaky. All the weight comes over to that right side. This is bringing awareness to balance. Say you had to do something and you are needing to balance just on your right leg, and you had to get your foot up somehow. Yeah, we're using the block as that balance. Great, let's do one more. And then bring it down, shake out your legs. Now we're going to do it a little higher. I want you to turn that block now this way. Okay? So I'll just turn this way so you can see me. I'm going to get left leg steady again. Okay? Left leg is going to get steady again. Have my chair. This might be way different because now your foot has to come up higher. Steady left toe. Notice how this one feels because the foot's coming up higher. Is your balance still pretty good? What are you noticing about it? Checking it out. Just the ball of my foot's coming up. So there's a lot of balancing here. Notice how it's feeling. Maybe your chair needs to be there for you. Let's do 2 more on this side. Beautiful. Shake it out. All stable right leg. Get stable right leg. All the weight's going to go over here. Left toe down. Just kind of notice how this is feeling. Maybe it feels really easeful for you. Or maybe you're like, oh, I feel a little wobbly. Okay, we're going to do a couple more. This feels pretty okay for me, but I can definitely feel it in my hips. So where are you noticing it? Excellent. The next time that left foot comes up, let's pause. We didn't pause on the other side. So just notice how that feels. Big breath, release. Ha. Now we're going to do it one more. Higher. Yep. So we're going to get stable. Lean left leg all the way. Stable. Toe up and down. If you notice that the block is falling and your foot can't come up to the block easy, then just bring it back to the other setting. This is not always easy. You could do it with your hand on the chair. All right, we'll do 2 more on this side. 1, 2, and then let's pause. Notice how you're feeling. This feels a little bit more imbalanced, but just notice it. Let the foot come down, shake out your legs. Yeah, we're going to do something different in a moment to get those legs feeling a little different. All right, steady right leg. Left toe comes up, down, up. Now you have to raise the knee up higher. How does that feel? What's going on for you? Check it out. Is your balance steady? This is a great indicator of balance in your own body. And some of us just have balance challenges, and it's okay. There's no judging it. We're just curious about it. And this is giving us more awareness and giving us an exercise to strengthen it. Okay, next time the foot comes up, pause. Notice how it feels. And release it. Excellent. Take that block, put it to the side, and then let's take a walk back to a downward dog. Yep, nice job, everybody. I know that might have felt simple for some of you, but for some of you, there might have been a challenge, and notice that. When you come back, bend into knee, pedaling out. Beautiful. And then just lengthen. Allow your hips to go to the back of the room as far as they can. Notice I still always have a little slight bend in my knees. This can be a lot in your hamstring. So then I'm going to start lifting up, and I'm going to do something here where I'm going to bring my right foot forward and then immediately pivot my left foot, coming into warrior two. I'm going to have to get stable here in my warrior two. So find how that feels and then bend into your right knee. Hand to your left hip. In warrior two, we don't really want to be like this. We want to have the torso a little bit more lengthened. You'll feel that in your knee. Left arm goes to the back. If you feel steady and stable, right arm goes out to the side. Take your arms to cactus and bring your leg unbend and go back and forth. If it's too much and you're not feeling steady, take your hand down and just do it this way. What do you need for you? Beautiful. So now we're balancing this way too, because this is balancing sometimes. Beautiful. Next time that you come into bent knee, maybe both arms are out, take your right hand down, take your left hand down to your hip, and then start to turn towards your chair, start to lift that left foot. You'll have to adjust, move your right foot over, and then I'm going to invite you to hop up to the top and shake it out. Beautiful. I'm going to just adjust the screen a little bit, just because I forgot to do it before. Excellent. So you know where we're headed now. I'm just going to move the chair over this way. So we're coming back into that downward dog. Lengthening out. Left foot's coming forward. Right foot pivots. Look down at your feet. Get your feet set up for your warrior two. So you know in our warrior two, we want the heel of the front foot kind of in the center of the arch of the back foot. Get yourself stable. Again, it's not we're leaning this way. We're kind of standing up straight, letting the knee just go out. There's a lot of external rotation of the hip in the front here. Pausing. If it's comfortable, arms are going out to the side. If it's not, you have one hand on your chair. We'll take the movement up and down, up and down, up and down. Beautiful. Nice job, everybody. Warrior two. We're going to end our standing practice with a warrior three in a moment. Excellent. And then the next time that you come down, pause. Hands come to your hips. And remember what we did last time. I want you to start to take your hands to your chair. Start to pivot this right foot, right heel's lifting. Yep, you're going to need to adjust. Walk your left foot over so you feel comfortable that it's not in the center and feels awkward. Move it over and then go ahead and hop up, step up and shake it out. Nice. We've done a lot of interesting things in our standing practice today. So let's find a standing mountain pose again and notice how it feels. What can you find awareness around from your standing practice today? Let's take one more breath in the quiet. And then shake it out. We're going to come into warrior three in any way that your warrior three feels comfortable. I'm just going to keep my chair out here. I'm going to do warrior three facing you first. Then when we come to the other side, I'll do it through the chair. So the way I like to come into warrior three, remember warrior three is a balancing pose. I'm going to keep my hand on my chair for this pose. I like to start to walk my right foot out because this is the leg that's going to be standing leg. And then I start to kind of move back and forth, lifting the heel and then lifting the heel in the back leg. I want to just get ready and set for this. Okay. So now the next time that you come forward, that right knee is bent, and then you can start to lift up through that left leg. You can even have the knee bent. When I come here, there's a lot of balancing happening here. And I just want to fold from my hip crease. I'm not this. I'm just folding with nice long spine. My knee is bent. I'm going to turn and so you can see me. My knee is bent. It's perfectly fine. If you can start to play with that, letting it go out far, or your foot is right here. Find your way. This is just a balance with one leg with the other leg raised. There's nothing here being perfected. And then when you're ready, let's start to come out of that pose and shake it out of that right leg, because that was the standing leg. Now I'm going to do it this way, standing, so you can kind of see it from this way. All right, so the same thing. My left foot's going to come forward, my right foot back, and I kind of do this little movement. I want to get myself ready. It's almost like I'm getting ready for liftoff, if you will, right? And then I'm going to get ready here. My left knee's bending, my right foot is lifting. Both hands could be on the chair. Before I had just one. And then it's a little lift off. I'm going to pause before I lean because I want to feel stable in this left leg. Then I'm going to lean down. Just because of the way this one feels on this side, my leg can be a little bit more extended. Check it out for you. Maybe you need to bend your knee. Maybe your toes are here. It's just about bringing awareness to your left leg that's stable on the ground. It's a big balancing pose. Once you're moved out of easefulness and you are in unease, make sure you come up out of that pose and shake it out. Nice job, everybody. Remember, yoga, the balance of effort and ease. Sometimes when we do balancing poses, they're super challenging. All right, so to come back down onto our chairs, I want you to come and stand in front of your chair. You can see that I was a little off center there. Walk your right foot forward. Left heel lifts, come back, left foot goes forward, right heel lifts, come back. Know your chair is back here. Start to bring your awareness to bending, coming down, grabbing your chair, coming to your seat, and coming to sitting. Excellent. Move your feet out a little bit, and then let's shift your knees side to side. Oh, we've come back to sitting. Kind of notice how that feels for you. Beautiful. And let's come into working into our last pose where we're being in our pose, right? We've been getting quieter at the end of our practice. So let's take the right knee in, left foot's on the floor, nice and stable. If it's available, you can start to let that right knee go out to the side, grabbing your right foot, bringing it up onto your left knee or your left mid thigh there. Don't bring it up too far. Again, if you like to keep your left hand on your right ankle and then just crossing your right hand over and grabbing the sole of your foot. There's a little comfort in that. Not necessary, don't have to do it. But we do want to sit up tall. And then as we come forward, allow ourselves to arrive into this pose where there's a softening that can happen through our breath. Breathing, allowing yourself to arrive here, taking a little inventory of how you're feeling, noticing the quiet. Stay here for 3 more breaths in the quiet. Notice how that quietness makes you feel. And then nice and easy, lift up. Slide your knee over if you're going there. Walk your left foot in, and then let's just twist easy over to the right. Breathe, one big deep exhale. Excellent. Release the leg. Take the left knee up, roll through the ankle. That left ankle is going to come up to your knee or not. It's perfect, whatever you're doing. My right hand is on my left ankle, and then my left hand is just going to come and grab my foot. Just bring it in a little bit more, just for comfort. If you don't like it, you don't have to do it. I've just been noticing it feels a little more comforting. Sitting up nice and tall, coming forward. And then allowing yourself to be here in the quiet of this pose. Noticing how the quiet makes you feel. Can you ease into it? Or is your mind anticipating something? Starting to come out of your pose, lifting up nice and steady. Sliding left knee or left ankle over. Getting yourself situated to just take this easy twist over here towards the left. And then coming on back around. Great job, everybody. I'm going to come forward and do just our little bit of Shavasana. Checking in with yourself and noticing how you're feeling. Do you feel like you got a little quieter? Just have that awareness. Do you feel quieter now or not? Just checking in. How does your practice make you feel today? And then letting the chair hold you. Letting your feet feel supported on the earth, on the solidness, and letting your awareness drift to the crown of your head. Spaciousness. You're being held in both ways. In the beautiful spaciousness and the beautiful awareness of solidity under your feet. Drawing your awareness down towards the floor, letting your awareness drift towards the soles of your feet with your just awareness of inhale. When you inhale, see if you can bring the breath up through your feet, or just the awareness, right? We're not breathing through our feet, obviously, but we're bringing that awareness up through our feet, up through the back of our legs, up through the glutes, all the way up the back of your back, up to the crown of your head. And when you exhale, down the front of your body in a big circle, all the way down over your knees to the tops of your feet. Let's do that 2 more times. And if you don't have that awareness, it's perfectly fine. Just take a big deep inhale in. And then exhale out. And 1 more time. Maybe you're moving with that awareness of the breath coming up the back of the body, up to the crown. Exhale down the front, soften through your face, all the way down to your feet. And then let your body rest here. Your body breathing, you resting. And then starting to think about deepening your breathing. Moving your fingers and your toes. Staying present here for another breath or 2. And then starting to bring your hands to whatever position is comfortable. Maybe your hands come to heart center. This is that idea of, it's called Anjali, Anjali, Anjali Mudra. Mudra just meaning hand position, Anjali meaning heart in Sanskrit. This is the heart mudra. Or your hands are here. And let's find our gratitude for ourselves first today. For coming to practice, challenging ourselves or not. Doesn't matter. Let's be easeful. And then starting to find that light that resides in us and letting it grow bigger and bigger and bigger as we start to send that kindness out to the world, to each other here. And we can use that beautiful word in our yoga practice of namaste as we honor each other and send kindness to one another as we move out into our day. Namaste, everyone. Thank you so much for your Wednesday morning practice. I'll see you again. Have a great day, everyone.
Thanks.
I
Ann.
love